Okie doke. Hello everybody, I'm just going to be solo comming this, so this is going to be your quarterfinals map pool showcase. Hopefully we get all our replays in here. Yes, okay, and now we are ready to go. Okay. Forgive me for being a little bit late here, it's a little bit hectic at the moment, but okay, so gonna just go ahead and get started. So here we go. Yeah, there we go. So starting off with the round of 16, not round of 16, quarterfinals, Nomad 1, we have a very classic map here for tournament players. We have Misanthropic Drunken Loner, sorry. So this is going to be a 190 BPM, pretty standard aim map, if you could believe it. Wow. Aim in the Nomad 1 slot here. It's a little bit above SR, it's 5.83, but Nomad 1s, you kind of come to expect that a little bit. Oh, yeah. There we go. But the, wow, yeah, anyway, good accuracy, except, well, I say that when he drops on the 100. But there's going to be a little bit of tapping here, a little bit of awkward aim, but nothing the players can't handle, I'm sure. Yeah. If you've seen this in tournaments before, I believe the insane diff of this set has been pulled a lot at a higher SR on GT1. So yes, this is the Nomad 1. If you're used to this song, probably in a different slot, to be honest. But we wanted to give a little bit of a different experience from last round's Nomad 1. So this is going to be still aimy, but definitely going to have a lot more tapping, these stop and go patterns that may catch somebody off. Just a couple of things that are gonna be a little bit more uncomfortable for people. But this song is really fun, so really happy we're gonna be able to pull this, because the diff that I'm more familiar with is like a DT2 at 7 stars or something. So not quite within the scope of this tournament, but oh yes, I did want to mention, this is, if I'm not wrong, yes, okay, this is Pishy Fat mapping. So, Pishy Fat is a very popular mapper, you know, the whole Pishy Fat mapping tutorial videos that most mappers started learning from. They're known for making very clean maps that are, like, fun to play, so. Yep. That's pretty much all I can say about the Nomad 1, though. It's a little bit on the shorter end. It's 2 minutes 30 seconds, but I'm sure people won't really complain too much about having a shorter map in the pool over having a longer map. Sorry. Ugh. And then again, just the AR 9.4. So everything's within scope of what you'd expect for a Nomad 1. Thank you, Anui, for the replay again. So on to the Nomad 2. we're going to be having Defragmentation, a map by Wispy here. Replay by Inui. So this is going to be a bit of a different Noma 2 than last week again. So this is going to be a bit more flow heavy than the previous Noma 2. This is going to have a bit more spacing. It's definitely at a lower BPM. And we have some of these cut patterns, which you might not expect to see here on a Noma 2, but we're just trying to test the waters, see what people will and will not tolerate with this. You know? These, like, triple type patterns. I don't know what to call those, where it's like stacked double and then a slider afterwards. The song is very interesting. It's got a lot of that, like, synth stuff going on, you know? Wispy mapping. Yeah, Cusper song. And then we got the piano solo, which got a little bit of rhythm here too. It's got a little bit of things for a lot of people, you know. If I'm not wrong, this map, yes, this is only 170 BPM, so if you were struggling with the BPM last week, I know some people had issues with the higher BPM. This map should be a bit more within your BPM range, although in my opinion it is, I mean, it's obviously harder, but I do think that the stamina component is even more tough than last week on certain parts, just because it's that lower BPM. It can allow for longer patterns to go on. So hopefully you have some players on your team who are really confident in that lower BPM tapping requirement, because I do think we have a good amount of it in this pool here. And we're coming into the last third of the map here. Should be keeping pretty intense through the last section here. But a little bit of a change into this third section. I forgot about the thirds. Whoopsie. Oh no, my Nomad 2 has thirds. I'm never gonna survive. Yeah, and here we go, back into that more tapping focused section of the map. This is going to be a slightly bigger circle size than you might expect. It's not going to be even really noticeable for most players, I imagine, but it is going to be that CS 3.8, AR 9.2, OD9, pretty standard difficulty settings, but the mapping itself may make the map slightly more uncomfortable for players than you might expect. Thank you, Aqui. Thank you, Aqui. I did not know that I could do that. I am an experienced streamer. I've streamed one whole time. But yeah, so this is going to be your Noma 2. Thank you, Inui, for the replay here. Casual 1 a.m. replay. But next up, we have... Ooh, that is not the right replay. Hold up. I almost showed the wrong map. Let me find the right one real quick. It's... There we go. Here it is. Here it is. Whoopsie. I had the old Noma 3, but here's the current Noma 3. This is going to be a replay by Kane Heartsteel here. Darkness Sympathizer. Yeah, so this is going to be the Noma 3. It's a little bit of like a flowy Noma 3 at 134 BPM. So a little bit different. It's kind of on the higher end of alt at this star rating as far as BPM goes. It's going to also be a little bit higher on the star rating end as well, to be honest. It is going to be 5.68, which sounds like a lot, but upon playing through the map, it really does not feel that bad as far as difficulty goes, purely because the map is pretty comfortable. It does get a little bit harder as we go, but I could definitely see some of the back and forths. Like, there was a section earlier that had one, but patterns like that, catching people off, could be a thing going on. And this is going to be the longest map so far in the Nomad pool. This is going to be 3 minutes 30 seconds. CS 3.5, so again, we like our big CS here. We also like our small CS, but I don't know. I don't think circle size really matters all that much. And that pattern could be a major breakpoint for some players. The back and forth into the slider definitely could be a bit hard. Overall, it doesn't feel out of place, though. I don't know. But, it's gonna be AR 9.4 and OD 8.5, so a little bit more forgiving on the accuracy side here. As you can see with our replay, are getting a really good 99.6% replay right now. That pattern is so fun. And these patterns may be a bit tricky in the solo. Probably one of the hardest parts of the map to be consistent on. That's such a fun pattern as well. Yep, so we're getting into some real skill set stuff. Real maps. So I hope everybody's able to scale. We may have gone a little bit overboard with some of the maps, to be honest, but we'll see when we get there. It should be at least fun, hopefully, on all the maps. Yeah, so again, continuing with a lot of that flow ult here. I feel like there's a fair number of the higher note count patterns, I guess, I don't know, the longer alt patterns that would make this map a little bit harder to single tap than you would expect. But generally, if you can single tap 136 BPM, I think you should be I think you should be rewarded. So, not necessarily like every map, but like if you can play the map, you can play the map, you know. Let's take a look here. There we go. And this is gonna be out next. So this is our Nomad 4. This is our No Modification 4. It's a Amethystol map, replayed by Flavery, and it's gonna be a bit of more slider-oriented tech this week. Like I was saying, this map may be on the hard side a little bit, but yeah, we may have overcooked some of the maps, but generally this map I think is pretty good. We had most players think it was fine, just had some concerns. But overall, I think it's okay. And yeah, the sliders are going to be a big component of this map. So is the aim control a little bit. There aren't really that many slider tick sliders, at least in this section. So players shouldn't be like caught off by surprising stuff like that. Some of those reverse sliders may be a little bit tricky, but generally it should be okay for most players who can play tech. Yeah, so this is going to be another kind of lower BPM on the tapping map, but it's not a tapping map. This is a check map. This is just a check map. It's going to be 5.5 stars, 174 BPM, and only 2 minutes. Like, as you can tell, we are already 2 minutes through the map. So, it's not going to be the longest pick ever, but that's going to mean that every miss is going to matter that much more, you know? So, gotta be comfortable. What is that spin? Sorry. And this section is just really fun to play. The sliders just go so well. And this section with the big sliders, yeah. I could definitely see some players missing on these slider picks, like our replayer did, unfortunately. But that is at the very end of the map, so if that makes the difference between you winning and losing the point, I apologize. Next up, we have... hopefully you don't complain about too much tapping in the no-mod pool, because we have a speed map! Yeah. So this is going to be your No-Mod 5 here. It's going to be 720k replay by Anui here. Thank you for the replay. I wonder why it's 700k, because I'm pretty sure this was an FC. Maybe accuracy just goes that far, but who knows. Yeah. I thought this was an FC replay is the thing. I don't remember. But yeah, unfortunate slider break though. Yeah, this map has a lot of reverse sliders, so I for one might get tripped up on those. Reverse sliders are the hardest part of tapping maps for real though. So this is going to be Cattle Decapitation, Your Disposal. It's going to be 5.8 stars, so right on the money with the star rating, but it's going to be 227 BPM. A lot of players can comfort up to like about 220, but 230 is kind of where it starts to get pushed just a little bit over the edge. And these bursts here are actually pretty big for this star rating. It's only 9 notes about, but that's more than you would see in a lot of other tapping maps at this or even like higher SRs. Yeah, some 14, 15 note bursts there. Yeah, we love the slow section to let you regain your stamina a little bit. But this is going to be a bit on the long side, so the slow section is not going to take too much away from that. It's going to be 4 minutes, 15 seconds. Over 2,000 combo, which is kind of insane. But this is another map that's slightly below the normal circle size 4. It's another CS 3.5 map. This should be rectified a little bit later because we have some like little less conventional picks later in the pool. 9.2 AR, OD8. So some of the tapping you might get no lock on, but really if you complain about OD8 being an issue, I think that personally that's a skill issue. This is 227. This is 227. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. You know what? I didn't really test this for double tap ability. But that is a thing that people do. I imagine it would be hard to double tap consistently with the like reverse sliders, but I don't know because I don't double tap. So, if you want to pull a Zoodinator on the fucking, whatever, but, oh, that's the unfortunate slider break right there. Yep, that's the slider break. Unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah, and we have another free combo section here a little bit. Yeah. This section at the very end is a little bit of free combo, but generally you should be fine. Surely, you know, like surely you're fine. Ooh, not triples. Triples on my tapping map. There's triples in multiple tapping maps. Oh no. But when I was saying that we had some lower CS maps in the pool, we had some stuff coming up later, we do have this map up next. We have, excuse me, sorry, Nomad 6. Oh, wow, Nomad 6. This Nomad 6 is going to be This Is Halloween, the Marilyn Manson version. Thank you, Louis Marble, for the insane replay. 4-100s on this map is kind of crazy. This is a 2025 map, but in an older style. It's going to be CS8 AR7. So I hope you have somebody on your team who can specialize in that kind of old map, like small CS, funky slider, funky stuff, basically. I hope that you have somebody who can play funky stuff, because this map is very funky. I've said that twice, but it's fine. This is also not a very short map. It is 2 minutes 55 seconds. It is 168 BPM as well. Yeah. You have a lot of like higher SV slider stuff a little bit. It's just very precision oriented at this lower AR. A lot of Hard Rock 2 players can kind of struggle for some reason at lower AR, even though I feel like it makes it easier. And then a lot of other like precision players struggle at higher AR. So it'll be interesting to see what players can be like, can perform on this kind of map. Yeah, we have a couple of those tiny reading patterns right there. It's mostly this wide aim on the CS8 and the AR7 that can mess players up here. Yeah, there's not all too much to say about this map other than it's kind of a precision consistency check. And then you have these, you have those where you have to hit the slider ticks. So old map gamers rise up. Yep. These sliders are just really hard to be consistent on, to be honest. Yeah, and we have this back and forth aim section here. It's so rough. At least for me, who is very much not a precision player. This map is pretty rough. This is it's too late for Halloween. However, this is the Nightmare Before Christmas. So it's the Nightmare Before Christmas, Nightmare map before Christmas. So there's your reasoning for why we decided to pull that map. That's good enough, right? Okay, up next, we have my replay on Atlas. Shiny Brazen diff with hidden. This is your hidden one. It is going to be a fast aim with sliders kind of map. So if you're familiar with Shiny Brazen's maps, you should be very prepared for what kind of map you're about to see. This map is just, it's insanely fun. At least if you enjoy Shiny Brazen mapping like I do. But Good Kid Gaming. It's gonna, I think it's 214 BPM. No, 208. For some reason I thought it was 214. But that pattern is surprisingly rough. Oh, I'm sorry if you guys just played this in Aurora. We pulled this before. I swear this is not, I swear this is not taken from that tournament. Sorry. But yeah, so yeah. This is, I mean, nothing really to talk about in this slow section here. The rhythms can be a little bit of a factor in, like freaking there, in Shiny Brazen maps, the rhythm is more of a factor than you think. Yeah. Yeah, and this section is actually pretty awkward, even though it's, you know, just a slow section. It's pretty fun for a build-up. And then this section is a little bit more of the same fast slider aim that you've come to know throughout the rest of the map. And then I think there's a little bit of a diff spike coming up soon-ish. Like, very little bit of a more difficult section right here. Yeah. Yep, and so that is going to be your hidden one. That is going to be the hidden one. Yeah, so that is Atlas, Shiny Brazen diff. Very, very fun map. If you haven't tried it already, you should definitely go try it. Or I guess I'm forcing you to, I guess. So I'm forcing you to enjoy this map. Next up, we have our hidden 2. So this is going to be an interesting map. So this is going to be When You Leave Numa Numa Base Hunter Remix, Nightcore Remix, and it's going to be the small ship diff. So this is going to be a overlap reading map. Oh no, did they pull this too? No! No! We have this done! We have this done! No! This was pulled as Fremont too? Interesting. Because this is CS 4.1. I'd be very surprised if this is pooled in a Fremont 2 slot. Okay. Whoops. I don't know. I don't know how we're supposed to check that. Before they actually release it. So this is gonna be another Louis Marvel replay, actually. I'm gonna just hide this. This is gonna have a lot more overlaps than I think the other diff does. I'm not sure, because I haven't really played the other diff, to be honest. Yep. So, a lot of, like, aim overlap stuff. Oh no! I did not know that they got a slider break there. That's tragic. I don't think... I didn't think they did. Oh well. Yeah. Yep, and I mean, the map is a lot of overlaps, but the rhythm is fairly consistent, so hopefully most shooting players should be able to game on this. I swear, if people say this is easier than Basara, I'm gonna be mad. Triples on Hidden 2, yes, indeed, there are triples on Hidden 2. There are stacked triples with half notes, so you've gotta actually read them. It might be easier than Basara, but people don't have the same experience with this map, so I guess they might have to first try it. Next up, we have what is probably the hardest map in the Hidden pool. We have our Hidden 3 here. Again, this is a map that may be on the hard side, but is really fun, so you should play it. Don't look at my scores. This is gonna be Yabujin I Want to Go, or as the song title calls it, dot asterisk 302 question mark space I want to go asterisk dot. So this is Hidden 3, yes. So it's gonna be kind of slider tech with some alti elements going on-ish. It's just kind of slider tech. So this section is the easy part, the intro. It's a very short map. Yeah, those thirds are definitely something that could trip some people up here. The reverse sliders as well are something that you're gonna have to learn. There's the triples coming in. Yep, triples again. Thirds, not triples. And then you've got these patterns, which are kind of messed up. You've really gotta practice those. Yep. If you play this map as the way it's intended to be played, you're gonna be having a rough time. This is going to be 9.3 AR. This is AR 9.3 and CS5. Which the CS5 definitely makes the aim control a little bit harder than you're gonna be expecting. If you wanted tapping, play no mod. Up next, we are going to have our Hard Rock pool. So this is going to be Hard Rock 1. Oh yeah, sorry. Thank you, Flovry, for the replay. Tech replayer, my goat. So we have a replay from Ghostface here. This is going to be Die For You, Grab It's. Valorant song, I think. I don't really know. We unfortunately did not use the bubble replay because the bubble replay had 40% AC. It wasn't FC though. Yes. Yeah. I would have used the bubble replay, however, we had a better score. I'm pretty sure he just turned off audio and played the map. So this is going to be a bit of like a lower BPM aim map. It's going to be kind of awkward-ish. But I think this is the most like normal aim map that we have had so far. there's your build up into the Kai here. Yeah. A couple of wide angle jumps and a lot of aim. It's an aim map. What can I say? This should be pretty playable for a lot of players, even if you're not the most confident on the Hard Rock. I think Hard Rock aim is something that a lot of people can play comfortably. You have some awkward, like, flowy aim sections in the build-up, and now we have the hard jumps. Yeah, that's how the map goes. This is going to be 5.84 stars, but with it being a pretty standard aim, I don't think that's going to be really an issue at all. 95 BPM, which really plays like, what, 190? So, hopefully people can play 190 BPM and that it's not too high. Something to note about this Hard Rock pool, though, is that it is kind of on the long side. Currently, we have the Hard Rock 1 at 3 minutes 18 seconds. Then the Hard Rock 2 is also over 3 minutes, and the Hard Rock 3 is also over 3 minutes. So, Hard Rock players, I'm sorry, but these maps should be at least pretty fun for that length of time. This map is like standard difficulty modifiers settings, sorry, that you'd come to expect with Hard Rock map. It's gonna be CS5 and AR10. And then yeah, this is the hard part. Yep. Yep. And that's the hard part. So generally it's pretty... It's generally pretty aim focused, and people should be pretty comfortable in this, even though the map has very high spacing. Hopefully people will be able to play comfortably on this map. Up next is kind of a map that I'd expect a couple fewer people to be able to play comfortably. This is going to be your Hard Rock 2. Unfortunately, this is a one miss replay, because nobody on the staff team plays Hard Rock. But this is going to be a Strider map. Mods ban that guy. So this is going to be a replay by 321 Angry Birds. So yeah, it's going to be kind of alty coming in. I am the mods. I am the... I don't remember how to delete that message actually. Hold up. They got banned. Yeah. I don't trust them not to scam people. We've already had like 3 scam bots in the server. I don't need more. Sorry. So anyway, this is going to be your Hard Rock 2. A little bit of an alty BPM here. Yeah, originally we had a different map as Hidden 3 that was a bit more tapping. But, we'll see. But this is kind of an alty Hard Rock 2, which is really fun. At least as far as I've heard. I don't like Hard Rock Precision. But yeah, we've got some snap alt on this Hard Rock 2 here, which hopefully people will be able to play. Our high AR precision alt player did not replay this map. Unfortunate. I definitely could see people getting tripped up on the first of those circle sliders, just because it's kind of slower than you'd expect. Strider and mapping. We love Strider and mapping. Oh no! There's a miss. But yeah. And then I think we are coming up into another Kai right here. Or this is a solo, right? Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. I feel like somebody could get slow slider and think it goes fast, and then just get completely slider ticked. Honestly, a lot of these sliders, if you're not careful on like that, you could get slider ticked. This is definitely a map that a lot of very established tournament players could have seen before, though, unfortunately. But if you have seen it before and like it, don't complain about it, please. I mean, if you've seen it before and you don't like it, that's fair, you know, but... Anyway, next up, we are going to have another 321 Angry Birds replay, and it's going to be Hard Rock 3. This is kind of a tapping-focused Hard Rock map. There's no tapping at Hidden Pool, but hopefully the Hard Rock tapping is okay. It's 190 BPM, 5.8 stars. This is going to be also another map over 3 minutes. The rhythm on this map is kind of messed up. I could see a lot of players struggling on this. But the CS is very playable for most players as far as like Nobot should go, because it's CS 4.6 after Hard Rock. We have some third sections in this map, which is lovely. Yeah. There's a little bit of aim. But, as far as I remember, this map should be mostly tapping and rhythm. Which is why we decided to put this in the Hard Rock 3 slot. Yeah, these sections, I could see tripping up a lot of people who are not confident on Hard Rock. And here we have another third section. Another aim section. I mean, it just really transitions between these sections really fast, to the point where it's almost hard to keep up. I forgot to disable that. Whoopsie. My bad. It plays. The map is all three. Nomad 2, Nomad 3, Nomad 6, and Hard Rock 1. Let's go. The Hard Rock mod invited Hard Rock 1. But yeah, so here we have a bit more of a tapping section, I think. I don't know. Just a lot of varying skill sets. Again, I am not the most confident Hard Rock player, so I did not really do the playtesting for this map. But I hope this map is fun for the tag map. We're trying to go with maps that are fun, but still kind of challenging. But I don't know how challenging this one is. It might be a little too easy, but we'll see for the tag map. At least when we get there. Okay. Yeah, and we have another tapping section here to round us out. And this section is kind of messed up. Yeah, that's a diff spike at the end there. But, hopefully, again, that doesn't break your break your match. Decide whether or not you win or lose. Next up, oh yeah, and thank you again, 321 Angry Birds for last minute replays. Next up, we have our double time pool. Now, you might notice something about this map once we start, which is kind of interesting. We decided to go with this map and completely skip AR 10.1 DT and go straight to 10.2. So this is going to be a 5.9 star map at 210 BPM, 3 minutes after DT, surprisingly, which is a pretty considerably long DT map. And yeah, the CS 4.5 AR 10.2. That's going to be the real challenge of the map, is the 10.2. So if you're comfortable on higher ARs, like I know some of the players in this tournament are, this should be your kind of free pick, you know? A lot of these kind of back and forth patterns in this section, but the song in general is just really good too, so yeah. Hopefully people are able to play these triangle patterns, because they're really cool conceptually. Well, not the patterns, I guess, but like triangles, but back and forth patterns. Yeah. This song does have a pretty cool, I think it's a storyboard? I don't know if it's, I think it might be a video, I don't know. But it's pretty cool. Definitely should, you know what, I should have turned on the background, but you know what, it's fine. I think it would be hard to pay attention to both storyboard, video, whatever, and the map at the same time, so. Yep, this is very naive, whatever. So, the song is pretty chill. I like that this map is kind of like, it has some gimmicky stuff going on, you know? But so it's not entirely just raw aim. It has some like leading elements to it, so it really exemplifies the higher approach rate on the map. And then now we get some bigger patterns. Yeah. And we're coming into the last, like, eighth of the map about now. So, I'm pretty sure that's the last kayak. It's just kind of outro from here, so. I mean, you can still break if you're not comfortable on the high AR, but generally, if you full combat up to this point, you should be able to close it out. Unless something catastrophic happens. Yeah. Okay, and that's going to be your DT1. I know some players will be happy about that. So hopefully it goes well. Next up, oh yes, again, thanks Kane Heartsteel for the replay. Next up we have Hyper Ending. Hyper Ending is going to be our Hyper DT2. This map is going to be pretty rough. It's gonna be a little bit on the shorter end, to be honest. It's 1 minute 35 seconds. There. Don't break. But this is gonna be very heavy finger control at BPM of 255. It's gonna be 5.84 stars. But generally pretty difficult as far as control goes. CS 3.5 and AR 9.7. I don't think we could pull heavy finger control like this at any higher AR yet. Keyword being yet. Yeah, this map is gonna be very difficult. So hopefully you have a confident DT player. I swear to God, if Aurora Horizon also pulled this, I'm gonna be mad. We're trying to be original out here, man. WTF. Yeah, this map is gonna be hard. So, players who are tapping specialists will have their showing on this kind of map. Definitely not an easy map for tapping fill players to play. To fill, I guess. I don't know. Even though it is not very hard on the stamina front, it's mostly just that finger control at high BPM. So yeah, that is going to be your DT2, and another map up next that's going to be a little bit different from what you're expecting, I'm sure, is going to be our DT3. For some reason, I mean, not for some reason, there was definitely a reason. But we decided to go with a DT3 old map. We have Samurai Blue here, which is a pre-Osu map. And this is the map that we decided to put in this slot because the Nomad has that Nomad 5 speed map, which is a little bit more stamina oriented. We decided to put the gimmick onto DT3. This is going to be AR 8.3. So hopefully players are going to be able to play it. The AR itself shouldn't necessarily be a difficult part of it. It's just a little bit harder as far as like aim goes for some of the reading maps that there are. It's just a little bit awkward, especially on that that rhythm aspect. It's also going to be, if I'm not wrong, by far the shortest map in pools in our pool, at 1 minute and 17 seconds. Yep. We have a little bit of copy-paste action going on, but that's fine. Yeah, generally, I feel like this is kind of our AR8 comfort check. So hopefully people will be able to play this well. This is very specific to certain players, I think, who will do well on this, but I don't know, maybe just generally people who are good at AR8 can perform on this. But anyway, that is going to be it for our DT3. I didn't even talk about map stats other than the length. It's going to be 208 BPM, so that's going to add to that skill factor needed for the map, which is a little bit different from other reading maps. It's higher BPM, so hopefully people will be comfortable on it. Next up, we have a little bit more... What? Huh. So this is the wrong map, actually. Let me just double check if we have a replay for this. Unfortunately, there's no replay for this, so I guess I will be live playing this. I don't remember which diff it is. So anyway, this is gonna be your Your free mod free mod 1 is gonna be speed tech was the description. I am gonna play this with hidden. Why am I playing this no mod? I'm not used to this skin, so I'm gonna do badly potentially. Okay, yeah, don't mind the act. Oh my god. I am washed. Don't worry about that. I am playing really badly. Oh my god. I did not realize how skin crushed I was. Skin crushed. Yep, I can play the game with this skin, surely. We're gonna ignore that. So this is going to be a bit higher BPM. You know what? I should have pulled up the stats before starting playing. Okay, anyway. That is going to be, Rekka, Desu, and Skillblade. Oh my god, that accuracy. Duality. It's going to be 250 BPM, 3 minutes, 27 seconds. Okay, ignoring that play. Next up, we have our free mod 2, which, this is gonna be, a replay by Celatar. Better than my live play. This is another last minute play. This is gonna be, a bit of kind of alty stuff going on here. For precision. Unfortunately, it's kind of similar-ish to the Hard Rock 2, but it's different enough that I think it's fair. And it's definitely different for the hidden modification. There's not much that's overly similar with the hidden mod. Well, the free mod one is actually 250 BPM. So, yeah. So that's what the thought process was there. We were trying to get some kind of speed tech-oriented map for the free mod one. Yeah, so this map is gonna have some kind of rhythm-oriented patterns going on here and there. This map should be pretty interesting. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I forgot to do. This is going to be a bit on the shorter side as well. It's gonna be CS a little bit lower on the CS actually. I believe it's 5.8 with hard rock, as opposed to the normal CS 6.5. But I do think that some of the alt patterns and like just general difficulty of the map makes up for that lack of precision. Also, the Nomad 6 being CS8, you know, if you're really looking for that heavy precision check, that's going to be your Nomad 6 or your Hard Rock 2. It is going to be, I don't know if I remember saying this again, just 2 minutes and 11 seconds. So it's, again, a little bit on the shorter side. Next up, we have our tag of the tournament. Let me just go ahead and make the lobby here. Tag co-op. Okay, and then I think we need one more. I don't remember who said they would do it. Let me just ping Flubbery real quick. Time. Okay, April's here, Celatar's here. Yes, Flubbery should be the last one. Invite to game. There we go. And then, so, let's see, what? Hello, April. Flubbery, get in, bruh. Yes, okay. Let me just... This is going to be your Tag 4 map of the week. It's going to be Night of Nights DJ Pop. This might be a little bit too popular, but we wanted to go with a map that was well known, that people would have fun playing, you know. Yeah, play with the storyboard on if you dare. It's really funny. Yeah, I'm gonna just do my skin for this because I don't want to troll like the last time. Come on, bruh. Lover, you ready up? Okay, there we go. There we go. Time for our... Nope. Remember to change your tag color. Yeah, we lost 10 people from displaying that this would be the tag map, but that's fine. Yep. Are you doing your job properly? I don't know. Are you? Fluffery, no, you're trolling. I am trolling. I was given some note lock for Christmas. I gave April note lock for Christmas. This was already locked in as the week 2 map for a while, so I think somebody suggested this for week 1, but this was locked in for a long time as the week 2 map. I'm trolling, but don't worry about it. Yep, the classic 8-star tag map. This is why slot matters. Yeah, let's go. Okay, well, that's the reason we thought that this would be better for week 2 than for week 1, because that ending is kind of messed up. Okay, we're gonna ignore that being like mid as well, but we locked in at the end. Thanks for live play. Yes, always remember to choose your fighters. Choose your preferred combo color. And then last up, we have the tiebreaker, which is going to be Still Believe by Chroma. So this is going to be a little bit... Oh, let me turn this back on. This is going to be a little bit of a hybrid map. It's got aim, it's got a little bit of tapping. And players like multi-skill set tiebreakers, right? Surely. This is mostly aim, though. At least I think so. The map is going to be 5.95 stars. It is 184 BPM. And it is only a drain time of 4 minutes and 46 seconds. So it's a little bit shorter than your average tiebreaker, but it's just generally a pretty fun map. Not the most adventurous pick of all time, but yeah. It's gonna be CS 4.2 and AR 9.2, and this is the first Kaya if I remember correctly. So this is a little bit of the aim patterning going on right here. Who put Sotark's jumps in my tiebreaker? Grr. Yep. And those are going to be the ending jumps with this guy. I mean, those are always the hardest jumps, am I right? You know? Yeah. I think we're the second build-up ends pretty soon, and we're getting into the next guy in a couple of seconds. Nope, never mind. I'm bad at judging signs. I played this a long time ago, so I don't really remember the map. Here we go. There we go. Into the next guy. If you haven't played the Opera Diffs of this, Opera Diff Singular, my bad, of this set, it is very fun. But there is like one section later in the map that is a very messed up random space stream. This diff does not have the random space stream, but it does have a little bit of a tapping section there as well. I think it's pretty soon after this third section. This is a third map in the pool that has thirds. I'm gonna riot. Nope. I completely forgot. No. Yeah, there's some kind of rougher aim. Hey, yeah, it's right after this. Yeah, this was the section in the top diff that has a very messed up stream section. It still has a little bit of tapping, but not the same level of intensity, obviously, as the top diff. And then for the rest of the map, we kind of have to deal with aim, unfortunately. But, I mean, to be fair, this is very fun to play. Even if it is aim, mostly, it is still very fun. I think this is gonna be the last main section, but it still goes on for a little while. Yeah. No, I think I'm wrong. I think there's another section after this. I might be stupid, but I keep making wrong calls on what the song is doing, because it's been so long since I played this map. Yeah, we have one last build-up and then Kaye. Yeah, here we go. The ending. I forgot about this. Whoops. You're just gonna have to full combo it, I guess. You're just gonna have to get to the end. Well, that's also really cool slider art, so that's something. Anyway, so that is going to do it for our quarterfinals pool. Thank you to Ghostface for the tiebreaker replay. Yeah. Please just go ahead and play pool. We're going to try to do defaults and map pack and all that later on tonight, so I will go ahead and post those. Challenge should be updated. Let me know if I'm forgetting anything. But generally, should be ready to go, and that is the pool. So thank you guys for sticking around, and thanks for playing the tournament. So, yeah. See ya.